Now, the last topic, understanding the divine. We have understood the self and the Prakriti, the world, and now the divine. Now, again, as I mentioned earlier, we have limited time. Uh, First time exposure, there is no way to cover all these things in a lot of depth or a lot of detail. So we are just trying to plant some ideas, seeds of ideas, which you can carry with you. Maybe some ideas at least you might find helpful, and otherwise Gita is available, every which way. If anybody wants to know, I prefer two. When I follow Gita, I follow mainly two. Among the modern writers, I have found Swami Ram Sukhdas of Gita Press is the best. I would ask people not to read the English versions, because most of the English versions they try to translate technical terms also, which is not possible. So what they should do is, first time the Sanskrit word comes, you use the word, you explain the word, and then keep using that Sanskrit word only, because translating in English a lot of times does disservice. So Swami Ram Sukhdas Sadhak Sanjeevani Gita, I found that is the best explanatory by modern writers. Among the older ones, obviously, Adi Shankaracharya's commentary on Gita is obviously best one. And Gita Press also has Adi Shankaracharya's commentary translated in Hindi also. So if you want that way also, so you can read that. And their translations are very good. They are, even though they are Bhakti Parayan, their translations are not biased by Bhakti. They give the correct translation. So now we are talking about the Paramatma itself, the divine itself, right? So बुद्धिहीन मनुष्य मेरे सर्वश्रेष्ठ अविनाशी परम भाव को न जानते हुए अव्यक्त मुझ सच्चिदानंद घन परमात्मा को मनुष्य की तरह शरीर धारण करने वाला मानते हैं. अव्यक्तम व्यक्तिम आपन्नम मन्यन्ते माम अबुद्धयः. So those who have not realized, let me say it that way. Everybody has brain, everybody can think and all, but some can think more, some have more knowledge and wisdom and all. So those who are unintelligent, those who are not aware of my supreme state, they think that unmanifest has become manifest. That's all. Sakar has become, Nirakar has become Sakar, one avatar has come and all, that's all is there. Some might think I'm just another human being and all, or some might think, okay, I have, from my unmanifest form, I have taken a manifest form. Even that is wrong. And this is where we'll come to know why is he saying that. If anybody thinks that I, who is unmanifest, have converted to this manifest, then this is a very limited thing. Meaning, my potential is so much that I have taken this one manifestation is not even 1%. It is 0.0000001% also of my full potential. So if I'm roaming around as Krishna or roaming around as Ram on this bhumi, or I have taken avatar in every my mamansha, right? Every being, every life form, every atma, every dehi is my own part, right? But I am so huge, unimaginably with no end, that to think that the unmanifest has taken form in the manifest. No, 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 no. A small fraction, in minuscule part of that unmanifest has come in manifestation. So the खेल बहुत बड़ा है. If I have to say that. Right? Those who are thinking like this, right? Limited thinking, it's not like it's bad, it is incorrect. So those who are thinking that I'm limited and I have now taken form. For example, Shishupal used to talk so bad about Krishna, thinking just another one. So he's thinking, oh, he's just a human being, right? Or even if the bhakta of Krishna say, oh, okay, the Paramatma has taken. No, no. If you think that way, you don't know me completely, because still your thinking is clouded with Yogamaya. By total, and later in one chapter when the Vishwaroop is shown, right? We can't cover that. Don't have that much time also. What does that Vishwaroop mean? That there is no way we can comprehend, because by definition Paramatma is incomprehensible by definition. So how do you make it comprehend? How does the Vishwarupa show all the things that Arjun knows? All the jivas, all the yaksha, rakshas, kinnar, humans, animals, things that is not seen also, whatever, everything is entering the Vishwarup of Krishna. He's got thousands and crores of mouths and crores of hands and feet and all. What does it mean? It means that just imagine all the human beings, all the animals, all the plants. Imagine just all are connected together. So you have 50 million dogs in this world and 70, billion ants and 8 billion human beings. Imagine they're all connected into one organism, one being, suppose. Then it will have 15 trillion mouths, 17 trillion feet, right? What is it saying that Vishwarup? That in every mouth of a human being is Krishna's mouth. Every tail of a dog or a cow is Krishna's tail. Every arm or hand of any animal is Krishna's animal. Like that, when you see, then you see this Vishwarupa, and everything is happening in that. So those animals who are being killed, for example, a lion is killing a deer. That deer is also entering Krishna, and the lion will die and get into the soil. That is also entering Krishna. That is what is meant by the Vishwarupa. Don't think like there's a huge giant in the sky, right? Now we are talking about Earth. If you increase your scope, you can talk about the solar system. We don't know the life form is there outside, but Prakriti is there. You can think of the whole galaxy. You can think of the billion galaxies. You can think of the entire known universe. You can think of the universe that you don't know of, right? That is how you interpret this Vishwarupa. And that is how you interpret that it is not the entire unmanifest that has manifested. It is a very, very small portion. Now comes a wonderful part. So there is one avyakta, right? Unmanifest, which is from forever, right? And then there is vyakta also. There is an eternal unmanifest beyond the manifest and unmanifest, right? And I think somewhere I put, but maybe I'll tell now itself. There are four types of knowledges. One is that we know that we know. Hey, those who don't know this particular four types of knowledge may want to note it down. There is a knowledge that we know that yes, we know it. So can you write your name? Yes, I can write this name. So the knowledge is writing your name, and you know that you can write it. So this is a knowledge that you know it. Then there is a knowledge that you don't know it. Can you fly a plane? No, I can't fly a plane. The fact that you know that there is a knowledge of flying a plane and you don't have it, that is the second part. So these are two knowledges that you have. One is that you know it, and the other is you don't know it. But then there is another one, two types, that you don't know. So you don't know that you know this. For example, you think that you can only run whatever at certain speed. uh, I don't know what is the human speed, but 6 minutes a kilometer, for example. You're walking at 6 kilometers, 100-meter race, for example. The fastest one is 10 seconds. And suppose you can do it in 30 seconds. At our age, we might need 40 seconds. So suppose we can do 100 meters in 40 seconds. You'll say, that is my speed. And suppose that there is a problem, emergency, life or death emergencies, or a dog is running after you, a stray dog. Then you will see that all of a sudden you are able to run double the speed. And after that, you'll fall down and say, I didn't know I could run that fast. Right? That is the knowledge you don't know you have. So you don't know that you know. Right? That is beyond you. And then there is another one that you don't know that you don't know. For example, if you are not keeping up with the latest news, India landed on the southern border, southern parts of the moon. Just a very simple example I'm giving. Nobody else was able to do this, right? So you might say it's not possible, and then it has happened. You don't even know. So now you don't even know that it is possible, and you don't even know that you don't know a truth that has happened. I don't know if I confuse people, but basically, again, I'll repeat: there is a realm of things you know, In the realm of things you don't even know. In the realm of things you know, certain things you actually can do it. You know it. You know I can write my name. You know that I can't fly a plane. Right? These are in the known realm. Then there's the unknown realm. There are things that you don't know that you actually know. And then there are things you don't know that you don't even know them. Right? So here it is saying that there is a manifest, there is an unmanifest. There is energy, there is matter. You can't see electricity unless the bulb is there. You can't see electricity till the fan moves, right? You can't see, or you can't hear something till something, the volume is certain loud or whatever, right? So there's a manifest, there's an unmanifest. But even beyond this energy and matter, beyond this, what we know, this is not visible and there is visible, there is another entity which is beyond the unmanifest. This is the eternal, that is the Param Tattva, that is the Paramatma, okay? Which is Avyakta Nirakar. Nothing can be mentioned about it. All it is saying is there is a ground state that we don't even know. This we have already covered, which is basically I am in everybody, everybody is in me, and I'm not in nobody, and nobody is in me. And then it says that I am in all the beings and all the time. Ham Atma Gudakesh Sarvabhutashaya Sthitah. Aham Adishcha Madhyam cha Bhutanam Anta eva cha. I am the beginning, I am the middle, I am the end. And I am in all beings, which means I am there all the time in all the beings. Right? So there is no time that Paramatma has left you. And if you tangibly want to think, what is this Paramatma? I don't see anybody. The Paramatma appears in the form of people who help you in the society. The Paramatma appears in the form of this body that works perfectly fine. You breathe without even knowing. Your heart is working all the time. All the things are perfectly fine. That is, you eat and the food gets digested without you having to make any effort. That is the way the Paramatma is manifesting itself in subtle, common ways. Right? So they say, oh, okay, this is where I was talking about. So he says that, okay, there's too much of this going on, and you don't even need to get into all this messy uh, logic and analyzing and splitting hair and all these things. You just think of it that मैं अपने किसी एक अंश से संपूर्ण जगत को व्याप्त करके स्थित हूँ. Very small piece of me is sustaining this entire universe, entire jagat, everything that you are seeing, not just the earth, not just you, entire known and unknown universe, just a part of me. Okay, Krishnam Anshen Sthito Jagat, not even full. So what is that that is, beyond the one that is sustaining? So a part of it is sustaining this whole universe, and then there is, 99.99% that is not. That is the one we don't know that we don't know. See, there are four knowledges, right? Four types of knowledges. So that is what this is first trying to say, that hey, there is an absolute unmanifest also. Did you know that? Then you say, no, I didn't even know. I didn't even know that it existed. Then you say, okay, now it is something that you know that you don't know. First, you didn't even know that you didn't know. Now, at least you know that there is unmanifest that you cannot know. It sounds this thing, but if you ponder upon it, it will come. Gyeyam yat tat prakshami yat jnatva amritam achnute. Anadimat param brahma na sat tat na asat uchyate. So this one particular word is a whole bunch of 5 words, and a lot of times sandhi makes it difficult. So for example, let me see. Yeah, so this one, right? So this one word looks pretty big, and when we not able to do the sandhi part, then it becomes difficult to understand Sanskrit. So what I've done is I've also broken down. So it says Anadimat Param Brahma na sat tat na asat uchyate. So this Brahman that we talk about, which is Anadi and Ananta, which with no beginning and no end that we talked about. This is called neither being nor non-being. Sat and Asat, none of them, none of these attributes attached to him. Is it Sat? No. Is it Asat? No. It is beyond the two. Now, interestingly, there is another, not in Gita, but there's a reference to it. Uh, there are two ways that people say. One is iti, iti, iti. The other is neti, neti, neti. You might have heard this neti, neti, neti. Na iti, na iti, na iti. What does this mean? Both are ways of describing that, right? Describing tat. So you say so for example, that tat, if you want to say God or divine or Brahma or whatever, is this the Brahma? I'll say, yeah, because obviously this is Brahma. Is this the Brahma? Yes. Is this the Brahma? Yes. So anything I point out, you say, yeah, that is also Brahma. That is also Brahma. It is not only Brahma, that is also Brahma. Because everything is manifestation of that Brahma. So everything is iti, 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 iti. Yes, 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 yes. Everything is Brahma. The other way to look at it is you say, is this Brahma? I say, no, because this alone is not Brahma. Brahma is much bigger than this. It is very small. So I say, not this, not this, not this, neti, 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 neti. I'll say, nothing that you're pointing to me is Brahma in its entirety. So I'll say, no, not this, no, not this. So there are two ways of doing that. So that neti, neti is what it's saying, that you think that Sat and Asat is the only two thing, black and white is only two thing. No. Beyond the visible light is ultraviolet, infrared, X-ray, gamma ray, so many things you can't even see with your eyes. Till we had the instruments, last 100, 200 years, all we knew was the visible range of light. So in that sense, sometimes I feel very strongly that what we are doing in physical sciences is exactly what has been happening in the spiritual sciences in India. I'm not saying that they had invented the technology, okay? But what technology is uncovering about the Prakriti itself, qualitatively, we have been saying the same thing. So there is much more beyond what you can perceive. We just knew visible light. Now we know that visible light is the smallest spectrum of the whole electromagnetic radiation. Right? We knew even not even 1% of what is out there. Now we know. So just like physics now saying this whole thing is dark energy, dark matter. Now, dark energy is supposed to be more than 80% or something like that of the entire creation, and we have no way of finding it out. Something similar are the descriptions of Brahman. Sarvatah Panipadam Tat Sarvato Ati Shiro Mukham. So this is again, Sab Jagah Haath Pair Wala. So the Vishwaroop part was there. Something similar to that. So basically, what it means here, because Paramatma should not even talk about hands, eyes, ears, and all, because it is the unmanifest of the unmanifest. For us, it makes sense. It says that every being that you see, which has got feet, arms, hands, and appendages, hands and legs and ears and head and mukh and all, whatever, they're all mine. That means I am in all of them. So that is why I have so many hands, legs, and sarvato mukha panipada. Now, bahirantascha bhutanam acharam charam evacha सूक्ष्मत्वात् avijneyam durastham cha antike cha tat. He says that I am in char and achar, all of them. But because it is so sukshma, so subtle, uh, it seems like it is far. It's not uh, perceptible. People are not able to capture this jnana properly, though I am everywhere. Though I am in everything, not just beings, not just char, but achar also, right? And even though I'm so close to them, like Hriday Sthite, I'm in everybody's Hriday in the center. I seem to be very far because I'm very sukshma and people are not able to capture the essence of it. That is why, even though I'm so close, it seems that I'm very far. So it is both within and without all beings. That means it is in animate and inanimate. Okay. And then Jyotisham api tat jyoti tamasah paramuchyate. So the light of lights. So, for example, we today, we normally thought that sun is the biggest ball of light, ball of fire, and we knew that there are so many stars and all, but we technically did not know how many or how big or whatever. And today we know that sun is nothing compared to the biggest stars out there. There are some stars that are a million times larger than the sun, whatever. So Paramatma is the light of all lights. In one of the Upanishads, it comes when they talk about, who is that? He says, is it the ear? Is it the eye? Is it the speech? And he says, no, it is the eye of the eye, the ear of the ear, the speech of the speech. What does it mean? That literally the eye, that the organ eye doesn't see. For example, a telescope doesn't see. There's a person behind the telescope that is seeing the light and making interpretation. Similarly, the eye does not see, the ear does not hear. It is the mind who is interpreting the signals that are coming in. And then who is enjoying it? The Dehi is enjoying whatever is coming and all that stuff. So he's saying, it is the light of the light. Jyotisham api jyotish, jyoti, right? So it is not like, is it the sun? No, no. The sun is burning because of what? That principle is what I am, and even beyond that, right? So, and it is away from jnana. So it is not that. So it is not only the light of light or the knowledge of knowledge, the best of the knowledge, you can say, or the best of the lights, or the source of the source, and far away from ajnana. So it is nothing to do with ajnana or darkness. It is um, words actually fall short when you have such sessions. So, uh, so it is basically, I normally try to say, it is a canvas of the painting. We are painting all this thing, then we forget about the white canvas that is behind everything, that is holding all the colors, right? So, Hridi Sarvasya Pratishtatam. So, I am situated in everybody's heart. Sabke hriday mein virajman hu. Jnanam Geyam Gyanagamyam. It is knowable also. And that is what is the nature of the divine. Iti te jnanam akyatam guhyat guhyataram maya vimrishet asheshena yathechasi tatha. 1863. This is what I could share. I mean, obviously, this is from Gita. I'm just saying that whatever I could understand, I have tried to share with you guys, and whatever you do with this knowledge is for you. So I think our session, at least my part of it, is over.